Holy crap, what's going on at Intel? 21,000 workers are being laid off this week, and this is in addition to the 15,000 people that were already cut last August. It's mass chaos at Intel right now, and it's all due to cost-cutting measures by a new CEO. And this is the architect, Lip Bhutan, who is the new CEO of Intel. He's only been there for a month, and he's already completely gutting the workforce. Now, he infamously had a major fallout in the board meetings last year. He's actually sat on the board of directors last year and had a major fallout. He was trying to get them to lean the workforce out at that point in time, and he ended up actually leaving the board. What ended up happening afterward is the previous CEO ended up reducing the workforce by 15,000 people back in August. Somehow he makes it back into the organization as a CEO. His first move is to eliminate 21,000 people. Now, this comes at a time when companies like TSMC and NVIDIA, major chip manufacturers, are doubling down on their manufacturing capabilities. They've announced major investments in infrastructure. Intel has been struggling. They've been struggling to keep up, and this action obviously plays right in line with it. It's not just that, they're also divesting major business units. And this is just a sign of a company that has lost its identity and is clearly in crisis. And I think this has to do with adapting to the more modern AI world. Intel has clearly fallen behind their competitors. And I can only imagine how uncomfortable it must be for Intel workers to go into work today as layoff survivors. It's got to be pretty brutal.
Welcome back to our channel, AI Crystal, your source for the latest updates in tech, AI, and innovation. Today we're diving into a major shakeup, Intel layoffs. What's happening, why it's happening, and what it means for the industry. But before we begin, make sure to like, share, comment, and subscribe to stay ahead with the latest insights and updates.
You guys, did you hear that Intel is bringing back free coffee for workers to try and boost morale after major layoffs? Okay, so Intel is in full austerity measures mode, and they're offering workers free tea and coffee in the office. Other reinstated employee benefits are unconfirmed, so TBD. But the revenue dropped 1%, and they're anticipating another drop again next quarter. So the tea and coffee are an effort to boost workers' morale and increase more productivity. And the gesture comes after they were forced to lay off around 15,000 workers a couple of months ago. And they went on to say that they aren't really in a situation to continue to afford a lot of the benefits programs that are market practice, and the free food and drinks that they were doing reportedly cost $100 million annually. So all of these cost-cutting measures, including workforce cuts and food and other benefits cuts, will help the company tame their expenses, which are around $10 billion annually. So they reduced headcount by 15% and all of these austerity measures. Welcome to the new Intel. And for the record, I'm seeing a lot of other companies have all these austerity measures because they have been in the public eye with all of these layoffs, so they're going to continue compounding these austerity measures by cutting other benefits.
Intel is eliminating 20,000 jobs, more than 20% of its entire workforce, fueling more fears of a downturn. Keep in mind that Intel already eliminated 15,000 jobs last fall. This most recent round of firings would bring the total jobs eliminated to 35,000. But more than a downturn, which has already been happening, these firings show that Intel is a once great company now in major decline. Last year, Intel lost $19 billion, and their sales have fallen by about a third in the past 4 years. But we know why. Their chips are not as good as NVIDIA's or the other ones that you can buy in the market. Now, Oregon is expected to be the hardest hit by these layoffs. Intel employs over 20,000 people in Oregon, more than any other business in the state. Chips are Oregon's most valuable product and export. Now, even though Intel has already been in decline, the trade war is not helping it at all. Retaliatory tariffs in other countries will make Intel chips much more expensive relative to other options. This will cause Intel's sales to crash even further. Intel, you're facing some bad times, but you are already in decline due to your own mismanagement.
I'm not sure if you've seen this, but Intel is laying off 15,000 people. Yep, that's 15,000 people. This is nothing short of an epic failure of leadership, right? They put themselves into this position, and yet any changes to the leadership team? None that I could find. I read through a number of these articles just to see if I could pull out the notes, see if I was missing anything, but no. So I thought I'd summarize a few of them for you here and why I believe this is 100% on leadership. One is Intel's annual revenue fell by $24 billion from 2020 through 2023, even as its workforce grew by 10%, right? So revenues are declining, which again, you may have seen coming or didn't see coming, but did you adjust? No, you kept on hiring anyway. These next 4 quotes are from the CEO of the company. Our revenues have not grown as expected. That's a leadership issue. We've yet to fully benefit from the powerful trends like AI. Leadership again. Our costs are too high, our margins are too low. Leadership. Given our financial results and outlook for the second half of 2024, which is tougher than previously expected, again, leadership. I mean, it's just crazy. Every one of those is a leadership issue. Also, if you
Boy, am I glad I work at Intel. And let me tell you something. In the age of AI, you want to be in the chip making business. AI doesn't happen unless we make it happen. Yeah, I got news for you, buddy. You're right. All your big tech brethren, your Microsofts, your Metas, your Nvidias are investing in AI, but they're not investing in AI to help you get a job. They're investing in AI to help build data centers and chips. Capital expenditures, or CapEx, is the name of the game. So I might lose my job. I'm not trying to fearmonger, but there's a big chance you might. I would polish up that resume if I were you. Also, Intel does not have the moat you think it does. Their revenues and profits have been suffering for years. Also, while they are in the right business, you forget, Nvidia, the 8,000-pound gorilla that is gobbling up all of its competition, is a direct competitor to Intel. Well, at least I have enough funds in the bank to be unemployed for a while.
Intel has recently announced a wave of layoffs that are raising eyebrows across the industry. While the exact number of job cuts hasn't been fully confirmed, reports suggest that thousands of roles are being eliminated, particularly in departments tied to underperforming business units. This move comes as Intel faces mounting pressure from competitors like AMD and Nvidia, ongoing delays in chip manufacturing advancements, and a shifting market landscape. These layoffs are part of a broader effort to cut costs and refocus on strategic priorities like AI and foundry services. So why does this matter? For one, Intel is a cornerstone of the semiconductor world. Layoffs that accompany this big signal deeper industry trends, including the push toward AI-driven computing, global supply chain pressures, and the economic realignments post-pandemic. The big question now is, can Intel bounce back? The company is betting big on AI chips and rebuilding its manufacturing leadership, but success will depend on execution, innovation, and adaptability in this rapidly evolving tech landscape. What do you think about Intel's recent move? Let us know in the comments. We'd love to hear your thoughts. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to AI Crystal for more updates on the future of tech and AI. See you in the next video.